For many years, I actually had my email was Sir Max-a-Lot. So I rode with that for a decade. I just came back from Colorado a few weeks ago. It was excuse me, I take that back. The light blinded me. Came back from California, and I had a friend. I was down in Monterey, but the reason I found myself down in Monterey was because I have a friend that posts pictures all the time, and he's very socially present, and he's up on Facebook all the time.
Yeah.
And so he shows these beautiful pictures of Monterey. He talks about California, and so I call him up, and I'm just kind of trying to figure out a place to go. And I get in contact, and I'm like, hey, I'm looking to maybe head down there. What do you think? Any good places I should look into, any good B&Bs over in that direction? He's like, well, why don't you, long story short, he's like, well, why don't you just stay with me? I've got plenty of room, and it'll be fine. And I was like, well, that's not really a big deal. I kind of didn't want to have to, owe anybody, and I was kind of under that understanding, just knowing my friend. And so he convinces me to go down to California and stay at his place. I'm going to rent a car. I kind of have a backup plan at the local Motel 6, just in case things don't work out. But I get down and we hit it off great. We're having a blast. And he's this big, 6'3", 6'4" white dude, redheaded, freckly, probably close to 300, maybe 320. So a big, loud, American redheaded, freckly dude. And he has this presence about him that is just all American, kind of loud and obnoxious. And we have a blast. It comes to where every time we're in a car, I actually have to put in earphones or earplugs just because he's so loud. So, yeah, we hit it off. I had a blast. Spent for a couple weeks. He didn't have a job, so he didn't work. And he kind of had this he was in the army, but he didn't serve. He served, he was discharged, and he was never in a war, but he always wore "I'm a veteran" stuff. So he's always rocking it, and he's always kind of taking that approach where wherever he signs up for a loan or is always in school. So that's kind of one of his things. And Donnie, I love you if you see this in the picture. So I get down, I'm there, I'm hanging out, I'm scooting off into different places, and I have a car, so I'm staying with him, and he's driving me around sometimes. We're doing dinner, and I'm there for a couple of weeks, so I'm there, and we bid adieu, we say goodbye. He drops me off at the airport very graciously, very kind, and I get back home and everything's great. I call him a couple days later, I'm back safe, everything is good. And about 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, I get a phone call. Dude, what's up? I'm in town, man. He's like, I'm I'm on my way up. I'm like, well, dude, I gave you like a month long. Kind of, I gave you like 6 weeks and I was on my way and now you're giving me 2 hours. And yeah, dude, I can do it. Jeez, it's really, yeah, come on over. I got a couch. I got my dog too. I'm like, okay, great. So I have to put up this dog, and my friend, I end up putting him in my room on the couch. It's this long kind of ordeal, and so this is how I explain Don. And as soon as I get to this place, I left this out. As soon as I got to his place, the day after, probably within 24, 36 hours, I'm at his place, I'm hanging out, and he's got to run to the commissary for something, and before he leaves, he's like, oh, hey, by the way, if anybody knocks or anything, just don't answer it. Just leave it. And I'm like, what, dude? What are you talking about, dude? I couldn't. So at any rate, he kind of set the tone with what I'm stepping into. He's got this great place. It was all nice. So 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, I get home. He calls me. He's a couple hours down south, on his way up. And he gets here and blah, 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 blah. That's a whole other story. But I'll describe Donnie for you. Donnie is a great guy. So this is Don. We go to a restaurant. It's his last day. It's my last day in Monterey. And I'm taking him out to dinner. Thank you for all your kindness. It was great. Very hospitality was great. We went all over the place. We had fun. He picks this prime rib place. Okay, we're going to prime rib. Okay, great. We get there Friday night. It's kind of busy. And there's no place to park. So he goes, why don't you jump out, go talk to the maitre d'. We go get us a table. Okay, so I walk in. And he's parked in the car. I walk in. Hello, welcome to Bees. She goes, hi, yeah, I'm just, my buddy's parked in the car. I'm trying to get on the reservations for two. Sure, absolutely. So you picked the Father restaurant. It's a great place. So, make yourself at home to be about 20 minutes and then just go grab a spot at the bar. Okay, so I go grab a spot at the bar. I'm hanging out, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to get a drink. Don's going to be here in any second. I'll just wait for him to come on in. So as I'm sitting there at the bar, here comes the little hostess girl. So then the hostess girl comes over. She's like, oh my God, I'm sorry I didn't see you. Did you talk to him? I'm like, yeah, I talked to Juan. He set me up with the table. I said about 20 minutes. But I tell you what, now that I'm here, I can kind of see that I'd like a booth. Can we get a booth? These tables in the middle, the lights are all bright. Absolutely, sir, we'll get you a booth. So now I've established 2 points of contact. One point with the maitre d' himself, and then the hostess girl. And so I'm sitting there, 2 seconds later, here comes Don. Boom! Opens up the front door. Hey, maitre d', over here. You got room for 2 of us? I'm like, dude, I just got done talking to this guy, and we've got a table. Oh, okay, yeah, that's, okay, yeah. So at any rate, so this happened. Makes a big mockery of himself. And wait, maitre d's looking at me like, you know, I'm like, yeah, he's with me. Yeah, that's just kind of the deal. Let him go. So we sit down, we get our drinks, we get it from the bar. The hostess comes and grabs us and sits us at our table. And we're sitting there chatting. Just a quick little chit chat. You know, what are you going to get? What looks good on the menu? I think I'm going to get the prime rib. That's kind of what I said. As far as, you know, medium rare, I'm probably going to get the salad, maybe the veggies. How about you? What are you going to get? I think I'm going to get the blackened shrimp. Yeah, that's what I think, blackened shrimp. Okay, great. So here comes the waitress. Hi guys, I see that you've always got your drinks already at the bar. Welcome. Did you guys, I see you looking at the menu. Did you guys get a minute? Did you know what you want? Yeah, he's going to have the prime rib, medium rare, right? You wanted the salad, right? And then the veggies for him. I'm going to get the black, and I'm sitting there like, dude, what are you doing? I can order my own damn food. What is going on? It's a funny story about my lovely friend Don.